Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, October 18th. It's OPEX week, and I slide down the stairs. Joe Biden has arrived in Tel Aviv. The news hit just about 30 minutes ago that Joe Biden arrived in Tel Aviv, and his comments that came out were the U.S. stands with Israel. The U.S. will make sure Israel has what it needs to defend itself. Now, this sort of explains why the VIX continues to be hit, because everybody is scared shitless of President Kamala Harris. So, going to where we are. Today's a pretty big day. We got housing starts. We have speakers starting at noon and going until the closing bell, Feds Harker. They're all saying the same fucking thing. It's useless. But after the close today, we have Tesla and Netflix, two of the biggest pieces of shit on the NASDAQ, which I actually, quite funny. I'll share it as the cover. Um, these two report after the close. So, again, going over here to the Joe Biden shitting himself, a lot of others were kind of doing it the same way because Imad had an absolutely amazing day yesterday. He was already overnight trading the puts, big trade, traded the bounce, big trade, then traded the puts after the bounce when we got up to 369.67 on the QQQ. And he shared this with me, because I remember doing the one on one call with him when he first started with us, and I believe it was back in June. He had only started trading in April because somebody told him to go open up an account and go take this trade. And he had no idea what he was doing. When we got on that one on one call, he seriously didn't know what even the QQQ was all about, how calls worked, how puts worked. And we spent about 2 hours, 2.5 hours on that call. I've become friends with him now. And I use that term lightly when I spread it around. I have become very good friends with him now. And the guy made back the 500 grand that he lost and another 500 grand. He's up over $1 million since he joined with me. And this is just a few months ago. But the point I want to make on that, because I love everybody making money. Sylvan, you made a grand yesterday. That was one of your biggest days. I am incredibly proud of you, dude. Incredibly. Don't get did by other people's trades. Trade your trade, focus on you. You guys know I do these one on one calls with you for multiple reasons, but I stress sending me private messages because we will trade what suits you the best. And when you ask me questions, answer questions more appropriately so that you're not looking over here at the cheese pizza over on the right and forgetting about the one on the left and forgetting that you've actually got one covering your fucking schlong. Focus on you. QQQ, we'll start there. Big day. Big day yesterday. Still up incredibly. Continues to be the trade of the week. Continues to be the trade of the week. I am looking for a close on Friday below 366.62. That's it. Today, we get Netflix and we get Tesla. They don't weigh what they weigh. How Nvidia's a big hit, a lot on the QQQ. Come over on QQ, and I believe you're next. No, you're not. You are before. Yep, here we are. Big move up off that 351, right up to that 373. and we've just been chopping along, chopping along, chopping along. 363.61 for now is the bottom. Like I shared, leave it open, very wide open, that we can get a visit down to 360.50, 360, maybe even below 360 during the course of this week. But I am not table pounding bearish. It's a trade, and a trade is all that it is. You obviously see how well they have been working. Come over onto the SPX, and a little bit different over there. We had a 41-point range on Monday, a 56-point range on Tuesday. We still have not filled the weekend gap down there to 43.28. It still remains unfilled. The week open, 33.42.37. This is why, again, yesterday, a lot of you took some, you had to take your asthma inhaler when you were in those 43.90, 43.85s because of that breach that we had. But as you saw, trade worked out. In fact, those of you that traded those 43.65 puts at the end of the day, again, you really need to have that energy. And I know there was a couple of you that traded it, and God, hey man, I commend you on it because you got a great trade on that little dip after that visit up there to 43.93. Trade of the week continues to be the trade of the week. Yesterday, again, after you scalp out of it early in the morning at 250 to take $1 of your credit off your $1.50 risk, you were able to get back in at 350 again yesterday afternoon after we got up to that 43.85 area. So again, looking for a visit down to fill that gap to 43.27, and I am looking for a close below 43.42.37 come Friday. Bring us over here onto the SPX, which will now be second, because again, your VIX is violating 1811 as we speak. This is not bullish. Yesterday, different story. As I was showing you there early in the morning, where was that? Early. You're wasting time, Tim. Come on, man. Shut the fuck up and just get to the point. Early in the morning yesterday, we're loading the history. We're not getting there, but yeah, here it was 9:47 in the morning. Ticks are not bearish. Ticks are not bearish. And it was, we were overemphasizing we weren't going to be going down any more than what we got. Up here in the 8 control again. So definitely going to be looking on the SPX for a visit back into that 43.45, back to this 43.37 that we hit on yesterday, the minus 10% line, and fill that gap from the weekend. Whether we do it today or we do it tomorrow, different question. ES still looking like a choppy, messy, unconvicted, going nowhere slop since we hit that 44.30 back on October 12th. Complete sloppy mess. Still looking for that move to the downside. Nothing changes. Today, you have Netflix. And I want to show you what I'm talking about when I say complete and total piece of shit. This line, 351.78. This is coming off 2009 lows, which is $2.56. What go down to the if you want to 257.0. Netflix is 50% from its
Yo, shout for season, man. Hey, yo, for season, man. Yo, I'm not
Tesla, your other one, same view. Tesla. Oh, that's Tesla. Looking at that chart saying, holy shit, what is this? Tesla, the exact same thing. 259 pivot, you've got for you down there below. If you want to really and see where you're, no, that was the old one when they did the exchange. 50% right here. This 207.25, 50% time highs. This is 50% from the all-time highs, while the QQQ is up 37% on the year. So, yeah, I am not playing earnings. I don't like playing earnings. I don't like that anybody even takes the chance to play earnings. But if you are going to play earnings, tell me what you want, and I will tell you. I could see 208. I could see 280. I don't know what the report's going to be, but I can tell you, with them cutting prices 9 times, 10 times this year, there's obviously supply and demand issue. Watch for that 208. You still got some gaps down below that. Back to Netflix. Again, wider view. I will stick to what is recent, which is now. Gap to be filled, gap to be filled. And yeah, again, same thing. You go out as wide as you want to look over here on Netflix, and this is an ugly looking move to the downside due to come. Be careful out there trading earnings. If it's what you decide to do, go ahead and do it. I happily let Tesla and Netflix report like I always do, and then go trade them tomorrow. So on the SPX, we're looking for 43.45. 43.37 on the QQQ. We're looking for 363.61. IWM, you are a monster. You are an absolute monster. Not looking for that to be breaking down below 170 again. It's a great one. Let it get away.